Now, this case by the Department of Children and Families against me to take away my child is politically motivated. First of all, I had sued the school district to allow religion in school. According to this, at first attachment here, um, Derek Morris versus the school board, and the case was dismissed because I had no child in the school system. So when my child was born, they galvanized to take her away to block me inventing um, the lawsuit. And then secondly, I went to the school district one evening and I presented my college thesis, and it was entitled How to Have Better Behaved Kids in the School District. And within 2 or 3 days after appearing and speaking, the school board summoned me to their security office. When I reached over there, they had a stack of letters, and they said that I had been writing those letters because they verified the writing of the letters with the card I signed to speak at the meeting. Now they pressured me to confess it, but I didn't. I mean, I didn't write it, you know that. So they persuaded me by saying you can't play basketball in the school property, you can't drive the school bus, you can't go to the school board office, all these things, man. Just confess to this and we can help you out. No, I said I can't, so they dismissed me. But before that, a guy had come to my house and wanted to use my room to take care of some business with he and a woman, and he advised me that they're going to be making some loud noise. But I'm hearing a bang, 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 like they're nailing something. So after they left, I was searching all around to find what they were doing. So one Saturday morning, after I had this interview now with the school board to confess, I found a Saturday night special handgun with a clip of bullets in a hat in the window, because the window was boarded up. Behind the board there was the hat. So had I confessed it, they would have gone and searched the house, find that gun, then they would have arrested me, saying I had the means to carry out the threat. That's how evil they are. So it's more or less politically motivated. Now, to start off the hearing, they had the mother's husband, because they're not together, they're separated, had him calling in abuses. And whenever the Department of Children and Family investigator came over, unannounced, he discovered that there was no abuse, and he gave a report. This is the other document here, Florida Department of Children and Family investigative summary, decision summary, narrative. You'll see where there's a line, you'll see said there was no abuse. Now, they started off the case also with a file that belongs to another child. So the file to start off with, it was 1999-211 CJA. Now this file belonged to a child called Robert Shipes. And if you notice at the heading there, in the circuit court of the 4th Judicial District, there's a circle, and it has 16 1999 DP 211A. That is the file they use, and it's for this guy called Robert Shipes. But it is filled with abuses, and so they were able to start off, because the judge said he reviewed the file and he found ample evidence of abuse, so he's going to grant the shelter petition. But they sheltered the child with me and ordered the mother to leave the home. Now, I asked them to give me a copy of the court order, but they said they had no court order, no copy. They told the mother that she shouldn't leave the home, and they told her that I will get a place and take the child to a motel. So during the day, I tried to ask her to leave. She said she's not leaving. So I called the sheriff, and they came over, and they discovered that she was a bona fide member of the household, so they couldn't put her out. But her grandmother was staying with us, the child's grandmother, that is her mother's mother. So I went to drive the school bus early the next morning, and I left the child with her grandmother. So during the day, as she had expected, Miss Kelly came to the home and discovered the child was there, and the mother was there. So she's saying that she found the child with the mother and she's going to take the child, but she did not say that the child was with the grandmother. As you will see in the court writing, she did admit that she lied. And she called me. I was like 20 miles away from home. She called me on my phone saying, "Come, I found the child with her mom. I want you to come over here." Now, she could have just taken the child and gone, but she knew that she's lying, and she felt that I was the kind of guy, because remember, they want to get me into psychiatric care. she called me to get me pissed off. So I would either threaten her, and she had her phone cocked. So if I threaten her or I touch her or anything like that, then the cops can come in and lock me up and, put me into a mental home or whatever. So I didn't do anything. She just took the child. I let her take her and everything like that. And so when they had the case well established, they decided now to give the child a case number, and that is on this attachment here, petition for dependency. You will see it is marked 99211 CJG. So they start off the file with CJA, which is for Robert Shipes, and then they came back and had her now as CJG. What was interesting also, the Florida law says that whenever a child is taken out of home because of some situation, whenever that situation is rectified, the child should be returned. So the department decided that they do not want the child to get back home, and instead of, after the sheltered hearing, they didn't provide us no attorneys. They just railroad us, and the judge said he's going to detain the child with the department. We had no attorney, no nothing. And so in this narrative, family support, you'll see where the brackets are. She explains she decided, I had persuaded the mom to go to a shelter so I could tell him to bring back the child. She takes the mother and drop her at my house. The social worker drops her off there. So she's making it clear that the mom will not be able to come back. And so in the transcripts here, you will see where she says that I wanted the mother to leave the home, and I had no court order, and she tells me to go and get a restraining order on the mom, and said that she kicked me or she makes some allegation of. I did go over, but you couldn't have gotten it in time. See, it would take some time. So the next day she came and took the child, but I went over eventually, and I made complaints and so on, and nothing happened. And so in this here, she says that she found the child alone with her mom. But then when cross-examined, she said that no, the child was with her grandmother. But then Miss Saladino comes back now, and she's going to tie it up nice. She said, but the grandmother wasn't authorized to be there and to have the child, right? I mean, how can they tell me who to leave the child with? See? So this whole thing is a big conspiracy. Now finally, the dependency order they received is just because I testified. They were beating me up, they said all kinds of things but me. They had a 28-page document that they promised the mom that they will give her the child if she writes it, and they tell her to include some vulgar stuff. She said I put my penis in the child's face and all that stuff. And the mom has a serious criminal record of 5 felonies, and they just accepted it. My attorney defended it, saying that it shouldn't be included, etc. It's not verifiable. There was no debate on it. They just accepted, and they based the whole decision on that. And I went up to clear up myself to show that I do support a child. I work 2 jobs, and I have the money and so forth. I have place, and etc. etc. And so she didn't want to deal with that. She asked me, do you guys horseplay? I say, yeah, she likes to horseplay, but I don't. And she concludes that that is domestic violence, and so she got the dependency order. But the judge, he was sleeping during the trial. Judge Gooden, he was sleeping. He wasn't even paying attention. He was just doing his own thing, because he knows that he has to do what the department wants. And so he asked the department to write the opinion, the order. And so she went and she wrote in the order as if those issues that she put in the order were developed in the case. Nothing of it developed in the case. The only thing that came out of the case was that some alleged domestic violence. And so the whole case plan, nothing was involved in the case. And so there's another example of Miss Saladino, the attorney for DCF, with her corrupt ways. And so they've pulled frauds on all the courts, and this whole case is just about Department Chair having say and doing fraudulent things on the court.